Good evening, students, and welcome to the class. In today's lecture, we are going to discuss about the addition of velocities, which is the next part of the Lorentz transformation case. In last lecture, we discussed about the Lorentz transformation, velocity addition, Lorentz transformation, time dilation, length contraction phenomena. In today's lecture, we are discussing about the addition of velocities. In relativistic physics, a velocity addition formula is a three-dimensional equation that relate the velocities of the object in different reference frames. Such formulas apply to successive Lorentz transformation. So they also relate to different frames. Accompanying velocity addition is a kinematic effect known as Thomson precession, as we know. To discuss the velocity addition concept, let us consider a two frame of references. One is S frame and another is S prime frame. In case of S frame having coordinate x, y, z and origin O, similarly S prime frame having coordinate x prime, y prime, z prime with origin O prime. Let us consider one event is occurred at a point P. Before that, at time t is equal to 0, at initial time t is equal to 0, both frame of references lies at the same point. It means what? O and O prime lies at the same point. When t is equal to 0. Now, let us consider S prime frame moves along positive x direction with a constant velocity v. After some time, one event is occurred. That event occurred at a point P, which is at a distance S x prime in S frame, S prime frame, and at a distance x with respect to S frame. Now, first our aim is to find out the distance between S frame and S prime frame, which is equal to the velocity into time v into t. Therefore, x is equal to x prime plus vt, x is equal to x prime plus vt, as we discussed in Galilean transformation. But if the velocity of that object is comparable with the velocity of light, in that case where we cannot use a Galilean transformation equation, we have to use a Lorentz transformation equation that we discussed in last lecture. According to Lorentz transformation equations, x is equal to x prime plus vt divided by square root of 1 minus v square by c square, as we derived in last lecture. Y is equal to y prime, z is equal to z prime. There is no variation along y and z because our object is moving along positive x direction with a velocity v. Therefore, there is no variation along y and z, and time t with respect to S frame is equal to t prime plus vx by c square divided by square root of 1 minus v square by c square. The same equations or the same event having coordinate x prime, y prime, z prime and t prime with respect to x prime. In that case, x prime is equal to x minus vt divided by square root of 1 minus v square by c square, y prime is equal to y, z prime is equal to z. T prime is equal to t minus vx by c square divided by square root of 1 minus v square by c square. Suppose the system x prime moves with a uniform velocity v relative to the system S. Suppose a particle is moving in a common direction of the x and x axis. It means what? One event is going to occur in the same direction with respect to x and x prime. Now we know the x and t. My aim is to find out the velocity. Let its velocity as measured by an observer in the system S E to be u and u prime with respect to x prime. Let us consider that the velocity of that event can be measured with respect to s frame is u and u prime with respect to s prime frame. Now how to find out the velocity? First of all, as we know, velocity is nothing but the rate of change of displacement with respect to time. If that displacement along x direction, it is dx by dt. If the displacement along y direction, it is dy by dt. If displacement along z direction, it is dz by dt. If displacement along x direction, it means what? Ux is equal to dx by dt. Along y, uy is equal to dy by dt. Uz is nothing but dz by dt. Similarly, these are the velocities with respect to s frame. Now velocities with respect to x prime frame is ux prime is equal to dx prime by dt, uy prime is equal to dy prime by dt prime, uz prime is equal to dz prime by dt prime. Now by using a Lorentz transformation and inverse Lorentz transformation, we are going to find out the velocity components. How to find out that velocity component? We know u is the velocity with respect to the x s frame and u prime is the velocity with respect to s prime frame. Now first my aim is to find out dx prime. For that we have to differentiate x equation. X is equal to, as we discussed earlier, x is equal to x prime plus vt prime divided by square root of 1 minus v square by c square. V is the constant term. If we differentiate with respect to t with respect to t, dx prime is equal to dx minus v dt divided by square root of 1 minus v square by c square, or gamma is equal to 1 by square root of 1 minus v square by c square. If we know the inverse Lorentz transformation, according to inverse Lorentz transformation, x is equal to x prime plus vt prime divided by square root of 1 minus v square by c square. If we differentiating it, then dx is equal to dx prime plus v dt prime. Here we are using, you can use any symbol, or you can use v or u. It depends on, actually some in some reference books they are using v, in some reference books they are using u as a notation. Therefore dx is equal to dx prime plus v dt prime divided by square root of 1 minus v square by c square, or 1 by square root of 1 minus v square by c square is nothing but the gamma. Similarly, according to inverse Lorentz transformation, t is equal to t prime plus vx prime by c square divided by square root of 1 minus v square by c square. Again, if we differentiate t equation, it gives a dt is equal to dt prime plus v dx prime by c square divided by square root of 1 minus v square by c square. Now we are getting a dx equation as well as we are getting dt equation. Therefore dx by dt is equal to, if we differentiate, divide dx by dt, it gives dx prime plus v dt prime divided by dt prime plus v by c square into dx prime, which is equal to, again if we rearrange the right hand side equation, it gives dx prime by dt prime plus v divided by 1 plus v by c square into dx prime by dt prime. As we discussed earlier, dx prime by dt prime is nothing but u x or it is a u prime x, not ux, it is u prime x or it is u prime plus v divided by 1 plus u prime v by c square, 1 plus u prime v by c square. Or if we see in this slide, we are using a Lorentz transformation equation. You can find out the velocity transformation equation by using Lorentz transformation equation as well as inverse Lorentz transformation equation. Now we can find out velocity transformation by using Lorentz transformation equation. As we know, x according to Lorentz transformation, x prime is equal to x minus vt by square root of 1 minus v square by c square. If we differentiate it, then dx prime is equal to dx minus v dt divided by square root of 1 minus v square by c square, or 1 by square root of 1 minus v square by c square is nothing but a gamma. Similarly, we know t is equal to, or t prime is equal to t minus vx by c square divided by square root of 1 minus v square by c square. If we differentiate, dt prime is equal to gamma or 1 by square root of 1 minus v square by c square into, in bracket, dt minus v dx by c square, v by c square into dx. Just using a inverse Lorentz transformation or Lorentz transformation, you can find out the velocity addition. Then we will get dx prime by dt prime, or dx prime, or as well as dt prime. If we divide dx prime by dt prime, it gives dx prime by dt prime is equal to dx by dt minus v 1 minus u by c square into dx by dt, v by c square into dx by dt. If we solve this dx prime by dt prime, then we will get these equations. Ux prime is equal to ux minus v divided by square root of 1 minus v ux by c square. Similarly, ux is equal to ux prime plus v divided by 1 plus v by c square into ux prime. U prime y is equal to uy divided by gamma into 1 minus v ux by c square. Uy is equal to u prime y by gamma into 1 plus v u prime x by c square. uz prime divided by gamma into 1 minus v ux by c square. Uz is equal to u prime z by gamma into 1 minus v u prime x by c square. It means we are getting a velocity addition formula, that is in previous slide we have found out u prime. Similarly, by using a inverse Lorentz transformation, you can find out u also. X is equal to, as we know, by using inverse Lorentz transformation, x is equal to x prime plus vt prime divided by square root of 1 minus v square by c square, and t is equal to t prime plus vx prime by c square divided by square root of 1 minus v square by c square. If we differentiate x and t, we will get dx and dt. Dx is equal to dx prime plus v dt prime divided by square root of 1 minus v square by c square. Dt is equal to dt prime plus v dx prime by c square divided by square root of 1 minus v square by c square. If we divide dx by dt, it gives dx prime plus v dt prime divided by dt prime plus v by c square into dx prime is equal to dx prime by dt prime plus v divided by 1 plus v by c square into dx prime by dt prime. It means what? Dx by dt is nothing but u, dx prime by dt prime is nothing but u prime plus v divided by 1 plus u prime v by c square. This is the velocity addition formula. If we put u prime is equal to c and v is equal to c, if the velocity of a s prime frame v is near exactly equal to the velocity of light, then u prime is equal to c plus c divided by 1 plus c into c by c square. It gives u is equal to c. U is equal to c means photon is moving with velocity c in frame s prime, and s prime is moving with velocity c relative to s. It means what? The frame moving frame having velocity is equal to the velocity of light, as well as photon is moving with velocity c. Therefore, u is also equal to the c. Thus, the addition of any velocity to the velocity of light, merely reproduce the velocity of light again. Hence, the velocity of light is the maximum attainable velocity in the universe. If we substitute the value of u prime and v, then you can see that u also equal to the velocity of light. This law of addition of velocity applies only when two velocities are the same, in the same direction. If v is very less than the velocity of light, then again we get classical equation. Classical equation is nothing but again we get a Galilean transformation equation. We can express u prime in terms of u and v also, means vice versa. Initially we are representing u in terms of u prime and v. Again we can represent u prime in terms of u and v also. U prime is equal to u minus v by 1 minus uv by c square. Okay. In this way we can prove the second postulates of special theory of relativity. If you have any doubt related with this point, you can ask me. Thank you.